Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Talkin Kop on this Sunday night, the 6th of October. I'm Gav, I have Keith with me, I have Emma with me, and we're going to talk about Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 1. We're going to look ahead to a mental run of games for Liverpool after the international break, and anything else you want to talk about while we're going on. I want to wish Matt and Emma a very happy birthday. It was their birthdays over the weekend, so big shout out to them. I hope they had a good time, and just wanted to say that because I didn't want to let it go without wishing a happy birthday. The last time we did, Emma got in an awful fucking strop, so just and he's laughing.
Like Torre with the cake, isn't it, all over again?
No, he came down. He came down into the bar one morning when we were away during his birthday, and he went, "Oh yeah, my fucking birthday. None of you have wished me a happy birthday." He was literally in the bar about 11 seconds. So
can I defend myself there?
Yeah, of course you can.
That's not what I said. I said you have been wishing me happy birthday since April.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was waiting on my actual birthday, and I went, the one fucking day that it is my birthday.
And no one's
and he starts pissing himself laughing. He goes,
God. And then that wasn't our last day on that trip. So the following day, everyone woke up, went down to the pub, went, "Happy birthday, Emma." And we just resumed. We resumed it again. Keith, you're done to say something.
A tip for anybody: if you ever meet Emma, just wish him a happy birthday. Because if you don't,
he just won't talk to you again. Someone asked where's Shawnee. He's not here. Look, there's only 3 of us. Shawnee's on a night off tonight. If you're here and you're watching, hit the like button, subscribe, comment. If you want to become a member, you can do that as well, and we'll see where we go from there. Right, lads, straight into it. Quite a bit to get through, and what we do on a Sunday is what we always do, because everybody yesterday, well, it was meant to be Matt and Ashley and Kev, and then Chris Gay crashed the party. I had about 20 minutes to go on yesterday's show, but they covered the post-match reaction straight after the game. We do a little bit different on a Sunday night. We do talk about it, but we're going to go to the end. We always go to the end and work our way backwards a little bit. Keith, I'm going to say what I probably said last week. It's 3 points. The Reds are good for the majority of it. It gets a little bit ropey at times, but mainly down to what we're doing and not what the other teams are doing. But we've 3 more points. We go into the international break, top of the league. Room for improvement. It feels a bit like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and look, I thought we were good again. It's like when you watch these matches, and we've said it before, how you consume the matches and where you watch them, and the stuff you listen to can nearly dictate how you see the game. And when you watch it back, it seems to be totally different. But the way TNT, or whatever the fuck they're called,
I'll get on to them later.
We'll get on to them.
Yeah.
But when you watch the game back, I thought Liverpool were very good. A couple of half chances that Palace got, and that was it. Eze gets a chance that you probably should do better with, considering we have our third choice keeper in goal, and he doesn't even really test them. I didn't think Crystal Palace offered much. I thought it was very good by the Reds. I think there was a few really good performances from unlikely sources. And while it's Groundhog Day, as in, right, the most important thing is winning, we can't say that enough, because it really is. Get the 3 points on the board. It doesn't matter how you do it. Look, we went away, 12 kickoff, away from home. We've struggled with them in the past. We got out of there and we got another win, and the machine just keeps rolling on. And look, who knows where the season will take us, but so far so good. Like the one blip against Nottingham Forest aside, I was going to say Jurgen Klopp, Arne Slot could not have had a better start for Liverpool. And again, if we go through the whole season scuttering to wins and not playing well, look, I'll take it every day of the week.
Yeah. David says, no more Szoboszlai love in, lads. That was painful last week. Did we upset you, David, last week, did we? Good. Because I went listen, come here. I went and watched Szoboszlai live during the week against Bologna, and my God, that fella moves around the fucking pitch. And he walks and walks and walks. And David, I'm only messing with you, by the way, but just to be clear, right? What we said on Szoboszlai last week was he can add goals, he can add assists. His decision making at times in certain areas is not the best, but you cannot fault him for the work he's doing for this team. He's literally the first man to press in this team, and he's the one that's running around the most and pressing teams the most. Yes, more things can come from him, but you have to take it on the value of as to what he's doing. I watched him against Bologna, and honest to God, he was everywhere, and I mean everywhere.
Big unit, right? As well, isn't he?
Yeah, and do you know what the funny thing is when I watched him against Bologna? It's not the shooting and the assist. it's the tidy little stuff he does with Salah and Trent in particular. He drifts into an area and they always seem to get in behind defences. And I'm not going to get into Szoboszlai too much, but honestly, David, I think we have to take it on face value as to what he's doing now. But he can definitely add. All of them can add a bit. All of them. I think that's where we're coming from. With regards to we need to improve a little bit on things we're doing, and we'll get into them in a little bit. Emma, Keith says there he couldn't have made a better start, and we lose the Forest at home. They get a draw away at Chelsea today. And it wasn't good at the time. I'm still annoyed over it to a certain point when I look at the league table and think we should be 7 from 7. But maybe that was something where we kind of got a little bit of a reality check and went, hold on, you need to do this, you need to do that, and we've won. I think we've won 6 on the bounce since then. But Emma, look, Veranda says there's no pictures on the scorecard. Nice golf reference there. That's the truth. When you look it up, Liverpool have won this game 1-0. But he uses the squad again a little bit, Emma. We dominate the game for the vast majority. And the things we can improve on, we get on to a minute, but we still come out there with a 1-0 win. Like, you look at Manchester United a few weeks ago, they go to Crystal Palace. They've chance after chance, right? I don't know how they don't win that fucking game, right? And they don't win. Do you know what I mean? You look at Chelsea today, home to Forest. Loads of it. They don't win. City up in Newcastle dominate for most of it. They don't win. We're getting wins. And again, Emma, we go into the international break top of the league knowing we can improve.
It's exactly what Keith said there. Look, you'd swear 1-0 it was a scraped 1-0. It wasn't. I thought for probably 70 minutes we controlled the game, completely controlled the game. And any chances that they got, bar maybe one where Allison makes the double save. It's a lovely through ball. I think it's Sarr, is it, that has the shot? That was decent. Everything else we kind of gave to them. And this sounds like we're repeating ourselves because this is how it's been this season. Yeah. We've controlled most games, and any chances, we haven't been absolutely opened up really by anybody. The only concerns I had yesterday, and the use of the players as well, just on Gakpo, like, we're probably tired of saying it. It doesn't matter what 11 he puts out. I'm fairly happy enough, even with Jones starting. You're happy enough. I just think that Gakpo maybe will offer something slightly different, and we scored from it yesterday. I don't think Diaz goes down and crosses with his left. He's more likely to maybe pull in or get to the byline and kind of make his way across. So for Gakpo to get onto that ball and play it across nice and quick for the goal, it's something different. It offers a kind of a different dimension to what Diaz does. But yeah, we're not scuttering to these wins. Like, it's like if we kind of shifted the gears slightly, we could probably go and beat these teams by more, but we're controlling. The worrying thing was at 70 yesterday, we seemed to maybe... Look, I don't know whether the players are still caught in between, in the heat of the moment, do they kind of muscle memory switch back into Klopp, because we all seem to want to bomb forward yesterday, and that's when I think Eze gets that chance. Trent loses the ball, and then all of a sudden we're caught at the back. And then another one was where the ball is bouncing through and Van Dijk seems to be leaving it for Konate, and Konate seems to be leaving it for Van Dijk, and I'm thinking, oh shit, like, there's bad memories of this kind of stuff. But it's only little flashes, and we're slowly eradicating it out. But these are the teams, and everybody's saying that Liverpool are expected to beat these teams. They've not played anybody that isn't in the top 10. I know I said it myself last week, but I honestly think that we're probably... the way Slot plays is probably more suited to playing against the bigger teams. This will probably come back to haunt me now. But we have historically struggled against these types of teams.
Jinxed it now, hasn't he?
Yeah. No point.
There's no point coming back after this international break.
We like 4 away games on the bounce. TNT, was it TNT? No, sorry, BBC. I watched it on last night as well. Couldn't make up their mind whether he's the first manager in Premier League history to win his first 4 away games, or whether he was the 4th manager in Premier League history to win his first 4 away games. Either way, he's our best performing manager since Paisley. And again, I'm not getting carried away with myself. We did talk last year about Klopp, like whoever's going to have to follow Klopp, it's nearly like following Shankly. Could he go and do what Paisley did and go on such a big run like Paisley did? Well, he's already our best performing manager in history. in terms of his wins, 9 from the first 10. So look, I think we're doing really well. Everybody like seems to forget that we're going to get better as well. Like, this is not the way Liverpool are going to play forever. They're still learning the system. Do you know what I mean? As the season goes on, we're going to improve. So this isn't a finished article, basically.
Yeah. It's not a finished article, but it's
far from it.
Far from it. And I think it's one where I'm going to be honest with you before I kill this dog. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm watching Liverpool games and I'm impressed with the control. And like that, I haven't seen us pulled apart by a team. You know, where you go, that's not working, that press is not working, positionally we're not working. I've seen us give up chances like Eze yesterday, where you're going, that's down to us. Like, I'd say Slot, if he had hair, would be pulling it out, right? Because when you watch Liverpool, when the ball is in them areas where Trent has it, there is always 2 centre-halves behind them. Always. And Gravenberch as well. And it's like, pick your whatever one you want to pass it to, Trent, and we keep going. And yesterday, he just loses it, and we get given a chance. I'm going to kill him. We get given a chance, or they get given a chance. But it's Keith, again, when you look back at the game, it's all down to us. We're dictating everything about this game, even the chances that they're getting.
Yeah, 100%. You just go and sort that dog out, Gav. We'll talk here. Don't worry.
Yeah, go on.
You just go, yeah. But no, it's true. Like, we done a lot. We controlled it, and we gave them the odd opportunity. Now, again, it all comes down to narratives, because I'm getting told about, you know, oh, we were lucky because Palace scored in the first couple of minutes, and you're like, mate, it was a bleeding mile offside. Do you know what I mean? Like, why is that being used as some sort of stick? Like, Liverpool controlled the game. They played very well. I thought Tsimikas was bleeding brilliant, right? I thought he was excellent for the whole game, and he's very rare that he gets credit. Certainly not off me. And maybe in the main, you know, he doesn't get. And I thought he was brilliant on the ball and off the ball. I thought it was probably his best game for Liverpool. I thought he was really good. And I don't think Palace could. Well, most of the focus will come down the right-hand side. I thought down the left we were excellent yesterday. I thought Tsimikas and Gakpo really done well over there. So I just think Liverpool are in a position here where they're changing the style, but as we've said, it's not the finished project. It's not the finished product yet. So we're going to see, you know, there will be days when it doesn't quite work as well as we want, but we're going to see times when it improves on what we're already getting from Slot. And this carry on as well about the strength of the fixtures, you know, like, and if the likes of Jamie Carragher and all, you know, the fixtures, they haven't played anyone and all that. I remember every single one of our games, and the start of every one of them, people are telling us it's tricky and it's this and it's that. You know what I mean? Ipswich away, nobody wants to promote a team on the first day of the season away from home. We get that. Oh no, we're supposed to win it. Get it at 12:30 as well. Oh no, you're supposed to win that. We win it. You get Manchester United, who we were tipped by fucking loads of people, we're going to finish in the top 2 or 3 ahead of Liverpool, by the talking heads on the telly. Oh no, they're no good after we bleed and spangled them.
The saps,
do you know what I mean?
Like, so, for, Keith.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, it's all well and good playing down these sort of, oh, we haven't beaten anyone in the top. That's not our problem. We beat who's in front of us. We play who's in front of us. And the beauty of that is, well, it can give you a false dawn of how well you're playing. It can also help you build your system, build your patterns of play, build your momentum, and build relationships. You know what I mean? Not that the players all know each other. There's no new, only Chiesa, but the manager is new, the coaches are new, and it allows them to build a rapport through these games for when the trickier games do come. And we know the trickier games are going to start coming in now after the break. But let's be honest here and call a spade a spade. None of the big teams the other so-called big teams, are looking like you're afraid of them. Like, I wouldn't be fearful playing any of them. Do you know, Liverpool have played so well.
The thing is, right, we've lost a game we shouldn't have lost. Yeah. Right? All things being equal, right? But if I look at, like, take United over for a minute, they're not worth fucking being in this conversation, right? But if you look at City, right? City, they draw at home to Arsenal, right? Yeah. Which is a big game, right? They draw at home to Arsenal. That's fair enough. They draw away in Newcastle, right? Where you'd expect them to win, okay? Then you have, they beat Fulham yesterday, right? Yeah. Narrowly beat Fulham yesterday. You look at Arsenal. Arsenal's last 2 home games have been against Leicester and against Southampton. They go behind against Southampton, right? Okay, and they get a win, but they're not great at all.
No. Both
right?
home games as well.
They're at Leicester. They're 2-0 with Leicester going into injury time, and they get a fortunate enough goal, right, where it hits Ndidi and goes into the goal. Okay, they get a fourth later on, but Leicester are chasing it. But that's two promoted sides that Arsenal have played in the last two home games, and they've been in jeopardy. One on 70-ish minutes and one on 92, 93 minutes. So I don't know why, is it because Arsenal have played City that you go, oh, well, look, they've played each other and, think, okay, that's fine. But if you take that away and give them an extra 2 points, they're still not ahead of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Or they're probably a point ahead of Liverpool, I'm not too sure, right? But there's a point in it. So what's the difference here? Do you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, right, when it comes down, when you really get into the nitty gritty things, right, what you'll find is that at the back end of the season, City will be going away to Forest and people going, oh, Jesus, what could happen there? Arsenal could be going away to Leicester and they're going, Leicester are fighting for their lives. That could be a bit tricky. And if they win it, it'll be all, oh, well done to them because they're fighting for their lives, or well done for them, they're on a good run of form. I'm not saying Liverpool have been perfect. I'm not saying it's been the most difficult fixture list. But everyone around us has all the opportunities to put more points on the board, and they've dropped them. They've dropped points. Take away the City against Arsenal game, they've dropped points in other games. Do you know what I mean? That's why they're not on the same points as us. They've drawn City or Arsenal have drawn 2 games, haven't they? They've drawn 2 games. They've drawn
City
away at Man City.
Brighton, was it?
And
Brighton,
was it Brighton at home?
Brighton, yeah.
They've drawn 2 games. So what?
Yeah, they played Spurs, but they'll say that's a big game.
There's only been, like, if you put them 3 together, how many big games are you going to call them now? Because you don't consider Spurs in the title race, right? And you don't consider Newcastle in the title race. They're the big teams that City and Arsenal have played, I think. Yeah. The rest of them you would expect to win. They've won a lot of them. They've dropped a couple of points. We've lost 1 game, but we've won everything else. Do you know what I mean? Like, if City go to Crystal Palace in December, I don't know when they go to Crystal Palace, but if they go to Crystal Palace in December and win 2-1, people go, geez, great result to get out of there. They dug in, Palace but we go and win, and it's like, well, Palace are shy. Do you know what I mean?
Or all they're talking about is a penalty that Palace supposedly had.
Selhurst Park's a hard place to go and all this kind of shit.
But the thing is, like, we went there, we won, but I think it's nearly like they're watching it. Not that they're watching they've a wildly different narrative to actually what's going on here. What's going on here is Liverpool have a new manager. They're 10 games into his tenure. He's won 9. He's lost 1. Okay, which one he shouldn't have lost. Right? We've had an okay, I would say, run of fixtures. Right, but you have to couple that with it's a brand new fucking system. It's a brand new manager. It's a brand new way of doing things. Do you know what I'm saying? I think there'd be more value to it if Jurgen Klopp was there and he was 1-9 out of 10 and people going, well, look, he's there years and he's only beaten this. We'll see what. I get that, but the way Liverpool are looking at it is we're doing really fucking well. We feel we can improve. We look more solid. We're probably creating loads of chances, but we're not putting them away. That's probably the biggest thing from the weekend, and we can improve. We're not shouting from the rooftops that we're the best team in the world. We know we can improve. We know there's bits that they can work on. But the other narrative over here is, Liverpool think they're it. Liverpool haven't played anyone. And it's nearly like, why aren't these fuckers rudderless since Klopp left? That's the way football should work. These should be rudderless. They should be fucking play at 7, won 3, drew 2, lost 2, be on fucking 11 points, be 5 or 6 points out the top, and people going, aha. Now you see, I told you it was all about Klopp. It's nearly like the narrative they built up in the summer just isn't coming true for them, and they can't understand why this isn't happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at the game, right? Emma, I'll come to you. He uses the squad as good as well. Again, I think, he brings Tsimikas in. I agreed with it. I'm not Tsimikas' biggest fan, right? But I'm having major doubts over Robertson for different things. But he brings him in because I think Robertson looked wrecked against Bologna on Wednesday night, right? He brings him in. He brings in Curtis Jones for Szoboszlai, gives him a bit of rest, fine. He brings Gakpo in for Diaz, and he brings Jota back in for Nunes. And again, he uses the squad well. He uses the subs well. But straight away, Emma, like, anybody could have been on that pitch for the 470 there because Liverpool took control And possibly the only thing that does us is a couple of finishes that go better. And we're probably 3-0 up on 70 and everyone's going, yeah, time to go home. Leave it at that. That's where we are.
I think the only difference between this game is I think that we've taken our foot off the gas in a few games as well. We've decided, right, that's them beat, and now we're just going to control the game. The only difference was we were only 1-0 up this time. And maybe that's why we started kind of... I don't know. I didn't watch it live. I didn't get to watch it live. I was at another game myself. So I don't know, but I haven't really felt nervous like I would have felt last year or in previous seasons, where if we were 1-0 up or 2-1 up and we're coming into the last 20 minutes, because we have been able to control the games. Like I said earlier on, just looking at yesterday's game, it did seem a little bit kind of... That looked a little bit more edgy, the fact that everybody pushed up the pitch, especially when you've got your third choice goalkeeper in goal. So maybe they just forgot that they didn't have the security blanket of Allison and he'd just gone off in the last 10. But yeah, it's the amount of games that we're going to play between now and January after this international break is going to be outrageous. So to be able to bring players in and not really see a drop-off, there was no apparent drop-off yesterday. All of these, Bar Jones, Jota and Gakpo are in and out. Tsimikas has played one or two. But Gakpo and Jota, they could start next week. They might not start the week after. Jones and kind of Tsimikas were the only two that maybe hadn't got as much of a run in the team. And like Keith said, I thought Tsimikas was unbelievable. I wouldn't be his biggest fan either. I personally think he's a great defender. I've been to Anfield and I've watched... I do that thing where I just watch one player for a few minutes. And I'd hate to play against him. But yesterday, it wasn't his... defensive was good, but it was more he's going forward. He was slightly better at as well. He was more narrow as well at times. And the two balls, he plays two nearly identical balls. The first one for the goal and then another one a couple of minutes later to Gakpo. I thought, geez, we're in here again. So, look, we need to be able to rotate. It's a crazy amount of games that we're going to see. And I just thought it was great to bring in players and there'd be no real drop off. I know it was only one goal, but like you said, it could have been like Jota's second chance. Gravenberch just seems to be popping up all over the place. All of a sudden he's at the byline and he's running into the box. Like he was only after intercepting a pass up the pitch a few seconds earlier. Look, I think people are losing their heads. In terms of narrative, you hit the nail on the head. All of these people had pinned their colours to the cross in the summer that Liverpool were going to drop off, they were going to be shit. And now, like you said, they're looking to explain why it hasn't happened. Because they haven't played anybody yet. The narrative as well that really gets on my tits is Nketiah's got... Look, first of all, I think it's great that we're still allowing teams score the first goal in games, just making sure that they're offside when they're doing it is brilliant. But Nketiah was a whole area code offside yesterday. And even Match of the Day used that as a highlight. What's the point in using that as a highlight? Do you know what I mean? And then it's like they're using it as a positive. Oh, look at them creating these chances. Oh, it was just unlucky that he was offside. If that happens up the other end and it was Nunes, they'd be slagging Nunes saying, oh, well, look at him offside.
Well, look at the Nunes one there last week when he was Nunes a millimetre offside and gets lashed out for being offside, and then you see the Nketiah one.
But Nketiah is like, wow, he was unlucky there.
Yeah, but teams be better off. Teams, if they think they're going to lose to Liverpool, right, will be better off standing a fella on the edge of their box while their players are on the halfway line and just kicking her up to him and let him kick her in the goal. And people go, you're 40 yards offside, but it doesn't matter because the narrative's going to be that I put the ball in Liverpool's net. It doesn't matter.
Unlucky.
It doesn't matter what it is. Even if the ball goes dead and there's a free kick given, kick it in the goal and people will count it as a goal and then try to use it as evidence. Like Richard says there's truth in the notion we've had an easy start. Correct, I agree with you. Talk to me at the end of the month and we'll see where we are. I agree with you there. Forest have also played everyone tough, by the way. Yeah, they have. Forest have had some really fucking hard games. But my thing against this is that if you're going to use an easy start as the basis of your argument, I think it's only fair to use an argument that, yeah, it's an easy enough start for a settled Liverpool side that know what they're doing year in, year out. But for a Liverpool side that have had 10 weeks, if even that, right, of training under Arne Slot, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So yes, there's more difficult games going to come, but Liverpool are going to improve and know themselves more when these games arrive. So you can judge them fairly when it comes around. You know, like if Liverpool go and beat Chelsea and go and beat Arsenal and go and beat City, which they might lose to them all, right? And that's okay. You know what I mean? But if they go and beat all them, what are we going to say then? Are we going to turn around and go, oh, well, Arsenal had this player out, or Rodri isn't there? Are we just going to keep doing that? Are we going to keep playing this game? Liverpool could easily come up against Arsenal in whatever amount of weeks' time it is. I think we go away to Arsenal. They could lose a game 3-0, right? And it would be absolutely fine to turn around and go, that's a really good side you faced, and Liverpool aren't quite there yet. That's absolutely fine to say. But the reason you're going to say they're not there yet is you're going to revert back to the fact that Liverpool have a new manager and it's a new way, aren't you? So people are going to write you off by saying, it's a new manager and they're not as good as everyone else. But you can't use it now when they're winning games. It just doesn't make sense. And listen, if they want to keep doing that, if people want to keep doing that, they can. Do you know what I mean? You can see a mile off as to what's going on, but I will get on to it later.
What should set alarm bells off for people is the way Slot is in his post matches. If he was coming in thinking, great, another 3 points, all this, like, he's not. He's been openly critical, and even name checked players in some post matches. So even he's like, when you know he's not happy, like, do you know what I mean? They can only improve. So that nearly should fire a warning shot for people. Like, we're not getting carried away. Liverpool fans, like, everybody goes, Liverpool fans are getting carried away. I'm not. I think we're going to win the league every year anyway, so fuck it. Like, but people aren't getting carried away. The people that are getting carried away are people that want Liverpool fans to get carried away.
Yeah.
That's who's getting carried away.
Yeah. Let's talk about a couple of players. We've touched on Tsimikas there, and I agree with you both. I think he played really well yesterday. When he come on against Bologna the other night, very strong, aggressive. You know, he shoulders a fella off the ball, and you know the crowd loved it. But but yesterday, strong, aggressive, and you know, people were saying, "Oh, he's being left there for that goal in the first few minutes." I'm like, he's miles offside. Like, do you know what I mean? Where like, what do you want? But yesterday I thought he defended quite well against a lively, very lively winger when he wants to be. He defends very well. He's good on the ball. He uses the ball well. He's not afraid to go into a challenge. And that's all you can ask from him. That's all you can ask from him. He does really, really well. And I agree with you both. Has a really good game. And I think whether you like him or you don't like him, and he's not my first preference to be left back at Liverpool, I think he's in with a real chance here of pushing Andy Robertson. I really do. Because of concerns I have over Andy Robertson, and more the style of play Andy Robertson has than anything else. He does really well, but the one that stood out for me yesterday, and I'll probably get pelters for this because people fucking despise him, is Curtis Jones. I thought he done really fucking well yesterday. I think he comes into a team that he gets injured in the pre-season. He's come on once or twice maybe this season, or so, maybe once or twice. But I thought yesterday, he does the running. He does the hard stuff. He turns out of trouble well. He keeps it when we need to keep it. He looks for a forward pass when he just made good decisions, Keith, yesterday. You know, he didn't come in and try to be fucking Maradona because he's trying to impress. He went in and went, I'm in for this guy. This is the job he does. I'm going to have to go and do this if I want to be in contention to be in this team. But I thought he had a really good game yesterday.
Yeah. Do you know how many times he lost possession?
I think he had a 96% pass completion rate.
98% pass completion rate.
I took to
And he lost possession of the ball twice. And that's what Curtis Jones does. Curtis Jones, some people say he takes too much out of the ball. I think he's changed that over the last couple of years, in fairness. I think he's been much more economical with the ball. He's using it when he has to use it, but he protects the ball. We've always been fans of Curtis Jones around here. We get lashed over for that. I do not understand for the life of me why people hate Curtis Jones or hate giving praise to Curtis Jones just because he's a local Liverpool player. It just baffles me like how people cannot see the talent this lad has. He keeps the ball. It's like Gini Wijnaldum. He keeps the ball. I'm not saying he's a player like Gini. I mean in the sense that you give that ball to Gini and he'll protect that ball. Curtis Jones protects the ball and he gets you from A to C. He skips out on B because he runs. You get him fit and forward, and he will be a huge asset to this team, whether people like that or not. You know, and we'll get comments about this in the shows. We always do. Kurt, a few weeks ago, we got one that he's Plymouth level. You know, and that to me is embarrassing for people who say that. Curtis Jones is an excellent player, Arne Slot rates Curtis Jones highly. Jurgen Klopp rated Curtis Jones highly. Many of the England, Lee Carsley and the likes, rated him very highly. They're not all wrong. Do you know what I mean? They're not all wrong. And random shams that watch the match on the telly from the comfort of their sofa are the ones who are right. No, it doesn't work that way. Curtis Jones is excellent. I was delighted to see him come in. I was delighted to see how well he played. And I just think he makes fools of people now with their stupid opinions of him. Just support him. Do you know what I mean? It's like Tsimikas. We may not like Tsimikas and see flaws in him, but generally you just support him. Do you know what I mean? You want them to do well. But Curtis Jones very, very rarely lets Liverpool down. Yeah, he has bad games. They all have bad games. Mo Salah has bad games. Do you know what I mean? Mo Salah had a bad game yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, so players are allowed to have poor games, but you have to appreciate what the young fella brings to the table. And the one thing as well is he's a leader in that team. You look at all the stuff they do on social media and things like that, and Curtis Jones is coming across as one of the leaders in that group. And look, that's brilliant. So look, I just think give him the credit he deserves, give him the praise. He came in, didn't let anyone down, didn't drop a beat, kept the ball, passed the ball to his teammates. Good luck trying to blade and find his flaws in that. If you want to look for the 2 passes that he didn't complete and use them to beat him with, good luck to you.
The thing with Curtis Jones is, and look, I don't think any of us are going to sit here and go, Curtis Jones had a great game yesterday. He's going to be the best midfielder in the league this season. I don't think any of us are saying that. What we're saying is that when he comes in yesterday, he plays really, really well, and you take it on what it is. He comes in and plays really well. I think it's okay to temper it with, he needs to stay fit. Yeah. He needs to stop this niggly ankle or niggly. That needs to go away. Curtis Jones needs to be able to say, at the start of March, I've been available for every fucking game since October. And he might get annoyed he hasn't played as much, but he needs to be able to say I was available. And I think if he's available, he will get chances in this team. I like him in that more forward kind of role of those 3 roles that they're playing. Yeah. He drops a bit deeper, I think, when Szoboszlai comes on, but he drops that deeper into that McAllister sort of role, which is a bit of a hybrid, which kind of suits him. But I like him in that more advanced role. I really do. And look, I don't know why people nearly upset that he comes on and plays well. Like, genuinely, people nearly upset that he's playing well.
We'll get lashed over for praising him there.
Ah, yeah, you will. Yeah, I'll pass on all the messages to you. But the thing is, like, why can't we just be happy that Curtis Jones comes on, plays well, and go, you know what, fucking great. Let's keep him fucking motoring now. Keep him going over the international break. When we come back, we have a lot of games. Do you know what I mean? And if he's available, he mightn't play them all. But if he's available, he can go in and play. He can come on as a sub. He can start and come on after 60. That's what we need. We need them available. Not just because some fella might get injured. Because if you have them all available, you can do this 60-30 split in loads of games. Or 70-20 split. And it helps massively. Every fucking minute you're off the pitch recovering helps massively as a Premier League footballer. We know this. We've seen teams trying to move kickoffs 3 hours just for that little bit more of a recovery time. There's some breaking news there that Jarell Quansah and Ibrahim Konate are set to sign new extensions at Liverpool, new contract extensions, according to Paul Joyce in the Times. Of course, the way that's going to be read is, they're giving them 2 extensions because the other fella isn't signing. But I
had a little look there and there is loads of that.
Yeah, yeah, but it just turns out Konate is really good and so is Quansah, and we're tying them down to new deals. Perfect. Yeah. That'll do me. Jones plays really well. Gakpo was due a start though, wasn't he? Because he's come on and he's been really good. He was like superhuman against West Ham. He's just trampling over people. He was okay when he comes on against Bologna. He was due a start, and it's no harm giving Diaz a little bit of a break because he's going to go away with Colombia now, and he done well as well. He gets the assist.
Yeah, I really like Gakpo. I think he's getting to play in his preferred position. I think he was a little bit kind of pulled all over the shop last season. You can see, I think he plays for, you can't call them Holland anymore, the Netherlands. He plays
Why
for
can't you call them Holland?
Is that a thing now?
They got rid of that, didn't they?
What?
It's not like derogatory or anything, but they've got rid of it. The Netherlands. It's officially the Netherlands now.
It's Holland.
No, I said it's not derogatory. No, I'm nearly sure they got rid of it. It's like the Czechia thing for Czech Republic. That's gone as well.
You say Czechia, do you?
No, I only found out during the fucking Euros that the Czech Republic was gone.
And Turkey spelled their name different now as well.
Yeah, that's
probably the
Most
original
of
way
them,
to spell it,
isn't
isn't
it?
it?
But yeah, look,
Should
I
spell
really
it the way
like
we
Gakpo.
want them to spell it, not how they want to spell it. You know, keep it how we like it.
Jake
Gakpo
Semester,
is
sorry. Jake Semester says, Cardinal apologised. There are talks on the way to extend the contracts of the two defenders, but the club is still at an impasse with Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk. So, of course, Jesus, throw that in there, apologise, when you're announcing two. That'll be the crack. There's the international break sorted now for the clickety clicks. Emma, sorry, Gakpo.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really like him. He's very difficult to get the ball off as well, and once he starts running, he's very difficult to stop. He's very press resistant, keeps the ball. He does this thing that he's nearly like a Gravenberch that plays on the wing. He always just seems to want to just get the ball, get as far away from the opposition as possible onto his left foot with them on his right, and he just keeps the ball away from them. He just, like, the ball in, like I said earlier on, I just don't think it's something that, and this is not dogging Diaz out of it because he gives it a different dimension.
A little bit.
No. But I don't think Diaz whips that ball in with his left as quick as Gakpo did. And that's what gets the goal. Chalobah's caught, but he's not even caught on his heels. He's running across, and for some reason he just stops. One of the first things that you're told when you start playing football is come and meet the ball. He literally waits for the ball to come to him. And you don't do that with Jota around. But I'm delighted for Gakpo. It's just a shame that you have two excellent players that play the same position. And you're not going to get to see both of them.
No, it's not a shame.
No. What I mean is you're not going to... Both of them can't start or won't start.
Well, he takes Salah.
Gakpo might start in the centre forward, but it's his best position is on the left.
Yeah.
But look, it's the fire... What was the game? I think it might have been that... Was it the West Ham game? And then Diaz comes back and absolutely rips it up. Scores 2 goals the next game, I think, wasn't it? He came back after being left out for Gakpo. So you need that competition. I spoke about it a few weeks ago. Like, you can get very complacent when you just know that that's my position. Yeah. And we need to get to a place where nobody's position is safe and somebody else can do that for you if you're not pulling your weight. Yeah. But with Gakpo and Diaz at the moment, I think they're both excellent.
Yeah. Chris Hockley, amongst others, are giving us a geography lesson here. I'm just waiting for stalagmites and stalactites to come over here, Oxbow Lakes, the whole lot. But he says, I think Holland now refers to a province in the Netherlands. And a few people
I can't get over this nonsense. I've just been looking at it there. They dropped it in 2020 from their official branding of the Netherlands. Right. Like, what's going on with the world?
Avo says, Holland changed their name to try and distance themselves as far as possible from Steve McLaren saying he speaks fluent Dutch. But that's perfectly okay. But listen, if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to call them Holland.
Yeah, no offence.
Like, Holland and they're Dutch.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? And listen, there's no doubt in at some stage there's going to be somebody on social media somewhere going, I can't believe the people are calling them Holland. They're not fucking calling them by their proper fucking name, and there'll be all sorts of things. Well, I'm just telling you, it'll always be Holland to me. Marco van Basten's volley for Holland at the €88 wasn't for anybody else but Holland. That's just the way it is.
Call them the Netherlands. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it's not as easy to say.
Nah. Anyway, doesn't matter if it's a province or whatever it is. It's Holland.
Yeah, the chat is hopping with it, by the way. Yeah. What a subject. What a little late detour we took.
Yeah. Bad news. James Pearce says dialogue is open and ongoing with the big 3 contracts. So maybe that's good news for months for Pearce. Don't worry about it. Whatever will happen. And let's just react to it when it does or doesn't happen.
It's all ramps up now with Trent because of Carvajal's injury. That's what's going to set all this shit off.
Yeah, but Spanish papers were reporting like on Wednesday before fucking Carvajal got injured that Trent has torn down a contract offer from Liverpool, which is not true because I was talking to a fella in the museum at Anfield, right?
good authority.
Level 3. We had to wait because there was a bit of filming going
We're
on.
told not to spread this news, guys.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter. No one's watching. Don't tell anybody. And he said to me, well, 6-year deals to talk. 6-year deals to talk. So I'm going to go with the fella that works at Anfield, if that's okay with all of you.
Rather than the makey up Spanish press who just always have their little agendas.
Market.
No, not having them at all.
Red Steve says, poor effort, Gav. Very British oils of you. Is that because I called them Holland? No. And Dara C says, Dutch me bollocks, they're Hollandish. No. But anyway, best of luck to the Dutch and the Netherlands and the lads from Holland. Best of luck in all your endeavours. We wish you all the best. Keith.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Eze chance. We've talked about there's one for what's his face?
Ismail Assar.
Yeah, Ismail Assar early, late in the first half. Yeah. Allison gets down. And every time I think of that chance, I think of TNT, but I'm going to get on to them in a few minutes. And we have that as a chance. But I think the biggest thing to stand out from this is, listen, you're going away to any team in the Premier League. The chances are, unless you're exemplary, right, in everything you do, and you're 2 or 3-0 up and they give up, they're going to get 1 or 2 chances. It's how you react to them. But the biggest thing to come out of this for me at the weekend was, we need to put 1 more chance away in a game. Just 1. If you can score a goal and put 1 more chance away, I think we're so solid, or we look so solid, that I think it's going to be very difficult for teams to overturn us. Jota has a great chance in the first half where he misses the ball altogether. He has another chance then later on where I don't know what he's trying to fucking do with the header. He looks like he's trying to put loads of power in it when he just has to direct it. That's the bit where I feel like every week we're going, we need to be a bit quicker in midfield, or that kind of gets a bit better, and then we get on to this, and it's nearly like in stages we're fixing things. But that thing to fix is the most important, Keith. Take 1 or 2 more chances that you're creating, and you'll be absolutely fine in 99% of games.
Yeah, and that's just nearly placate a lot of the fans who are maybe conditioned to, we need 1 more, because we are more solid looking. That's not to say, to rubbish Jurgen Klopp. They're saying they're better because Klopp has gone, they're harder to beat and all that. We're not as open because we are controlling the games. The Eze chance yesterday, it's a breakaway chance. They should really do better. But other than that, we're not giving up anything. Like the Sarr one, it's a good move. But
Sorry, Thor says there Sarr wasn't offside for that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah. No,
the one where he shoots low in the first half was a Sarr.
Double save by Allison.
Yeah.
He saves
it was going in.
Yeah. Right on half time. Yeah, come
on. But we're just not giving up them chances because we are more solid. And that's, Trent is looking more solid defensively. He's not sort of wandering around aimlessly, I'd say. Last season when he'd be going into midfield, or the year before, I thought he really sort of starts switching off and not tracking runs and things like that. I think he's playing better. I think it's helping having Gravenberch in the midfield. I think he's the key to it, because he is an absolute bleeding pressure reliever, because you can give him that ball under 2 or 3 players coming into him and he'll keep the ball, or he'll move out of that space, has his own little shoulder drop and all now, and that's helping. So you make your team more solid defensively. Wataru Endo comes on at about 5 minutes to go in the game. Yes, and he does actually all right, I think, in it. You know what I mean?
Well, Paul Giovanni says, Paul Giovanni says, can we talk about Endo's cameo on the handball? Legendary shit, Housley.
I thought he done well when he came in. Endo.
Yeah, but he's gone to the ground, and instead of getting a goal kick to Palace so he can launch up the pitch, he just falls on it and punches the thing out for a throw. So Palace are left with a throw in 95 yards from goal.
Love it.
You should probably get man of the match.
The samurai, that's what we want to see. You know what I mean? That's what we want out of him.
And Sloss speaks really well of him after the game.
Yeah, he does. And that's, we look at these things and we always think, he's out the gap because he can't play the way Slot wants him to play. And I've said it on the show before, I think he goes because he's not as good with the ball. But if he's happy to be a little cameo man who comes in and leading, puts his body in there, because I've been impressed with him since he's come in, and he's had a few little poor performances. But in the main, I think he's done very well for Liverpool, and I think he has a role to play. But when you're playing him in the centre of midfield and he doesn't have the mobility of a Gravenberch, that's where we're seeing the difference, and I think it makes us a lot harder to beat and break down. The fact McAllister's probably a little bit deeper as well. We just look much better team, much more controlled team. And you're right, the second goal kills off the games, but it only kills off the nerves of the fans who are sort of conditioned and who are programmed to worry about a one goal lead not being enough, because we've only conceded 2 goals all season in the league. Do you know what I mean? And we're not giving up many chances. Like, if you're into all that XG nonsense and all that, the XG against us is always fucking low. Do you know what I mean? So the chances we're giving up aren't gilt-edged. And we just have to keep doing that, And I think, hopefully, this is what I hope, not what I think will happen, it's what I hope will happen. I hope when we come back from the international break with no injuries, that that's the next progression. You know what I mean? That, we're controlling the games a bit more, but we're taking more chances. We're going to go and we're going to score that second goal. And when we get that second goal, the arse is going to fall out with some of these teams, and we get the third goal. And we get the fourth goal. And then you're bringing in players, and, you're able to rotate your squad, and you're able to make changes without, the worry. Because you still hear people getting nervous. Like I said, when Endo comes on in the bleeding 89th minute or whenever he comes in, and people are like, oh, not him. And you're like what's wrong with him? Do you know what I mean? People are just conditioned and programmed to think that we're going to concede and we're going to draw or lose the game. I'm just seeing progress, and I'm seeing improvements in that area, and let's just keep it moving, because I think there's going to be another step up in that, as the season progresses. That's where we're going to harder to be, not giving up chances and getting 2 or 3 goal leads, and that makes you title challengers.
Yeah, I think if they do take, I just think one more, like that Jota one where he just completely mishits it. There's one from Salah as well where Van Dijk puts him in over the top. There's that. Then there's the header. And I think the first one where he kind of mishits it altogether. I think if he scores that, I think the game's over. I did the timing of it and everything like that. Someone said there, it might have been Red Steve, says she's all wanted them sold a couple of minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. I'm presuming you're talking about Endo. I don't think Endo can play in this midfield on a regular basis. I don't think you can start him in this midfield if you're looking to do what we're doing. But if you're going to end up with Endo as a fella that comes on for 10 minutes to destroy a game, fine. That's a squad member, but he's not going to come in and do what Ryan Gravenberch is doing, or McAllister's doing, or Szoboszlai is doing. He's just not. And if that's the system you're going to play and the way you're going to play, Endo doesn't suit it. It's just simple as that. Do you know what I mean?
I think Tyler Morton suits it more.
Maybe so. I mean? But
if evidence, but just based on the style of player, I think Tyler Morton would suit that style of play more. But I'd still keep Endo and use him as that sort of, throw him in there just to be a bleeding. A bit of a pest in the game. When you
last 10-15 minutes you're closing down the game, or if you're winning handy, put them on for 15-20 minutes to give people a rest, but you're not putting them in there to win games for you. That's just my thing. That's my thing on it. Emma, we have to talk about.
I thought he looked all right in the League Cup against West Ham.
He was excellent in that game.
I thought he probably had a lot of this.
Yeah, but the thing is, Emma, he'll get the life pressed out of him, and that's what'll happen, and that's where the problem will come from.
I'm not suggesting that he should be starting games. Or what I'm saying is that in the League Cup, if he's happy, like you said, to be that kind of a 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here, there, our League Cup games, early rounds, FA Cup games, I don't see an issue with having him around. But he did look far more impressive against West Ham than he was maybe in the pre-season games, where he looked like he wasn't moving it quick enough. Like he was going to get the life pressed out of him, but he moved it a hell of a lot quicker in the West Ham game, I felt. Can I just give you a stat just for the people that are we've played nobody. So I think Chelsea held the record for the least amount of goals conceded in a league season, don't they? 15.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Am I breaking up there?
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's 0.39 goals per game is what or per game. We're on 0.28. So
So you're
that's
saying we're
one for
winning
the
the league
people
and we're
that
going to
say that
concede
we've played
12
nobody.
goals.
They can chew on that one for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're probably better off dropping out and come back in because you're about 15 seconds away.
I was going to
we're
say,
gonna drop
it's like watching a Bruce Lee film, isn't it? It's like the Blade, the Fist of Fury here.
Yeah. But
Lovely bit of dubbing.
I was gonna go to Emmet. I'll get him back in here. Hold on. Emmet, you all better now?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Our instinct as well.
I want to come to you as well. Having a little bleeding talk on your fucking thing there as well. People give out about that. So they give out about my dog as well, so it doesn't matter. But Emma, we have talked about Allison Becker. Queeving Keller doesn't make the bench because of illness, so Yaros, with the most unexpected accent of all time, ends up on the bench. Allison, after coming back against Wolves, plays against Bologna, plays in this game, kicks the ball long, immediately hits the ground. They're saying hamstring, and could be anywhere. I think it could be 6 to 8 weeks. Emma, I hate to fucking say it, but we probably have to start having a conversation around this fella. And he's the best goalkeeper in the world.
Best we've ever had.
He's the best goalkeeper. Yeah, I think he's probably the best goalkeeper Liverpool have ever had as well, right? He's the best goalkeeper in the world. But he's missed something like 30 more games
40 games.
Any other top goalkeeper has over the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, and it always seems to be...
And I'm not, and I don't want this to come across as, or he's injured too much, fuck him out of the club. But
no.
Do we have to have? Is this why Keller wasn't to let go? Is this why we've signed the other guy? Because we've nearly seen this coming. It's a recurring thing. But Jesus Christ, when he went down injured, I went, not again. You know what I mean? And that's nothing against Kelleher or Yaros or Marmadashvili that'll come in next year. But I was like, we just don't need this. I'll need you rather than go out of form for fucking 4 or 5 weeks, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It always seems to be muscle injuries as well. So I think a lot of the time when you start kind of getting these muscle injuries, they can be reoccurring injuries. I think he actually does it with the punch. When he punches the ball clear for the penalty, or the penalty call, you can see that he only lands on one leg and he kind of looks a bit sheepish on it. And then a couple of minutes later, he clears that. He actually holds onto the ball too long before clearing it, and he's stretching when he's clearing it, and that's when you can see that it's probably gone or pulled. It goes
just before Trent bounces one back to him and he does the clearance, but he goes down just before that in the same move. He makes a clearance, he goes down, he gets back up.
And no, that's the one that I'm saying. He's holding the ball at his feet, and someone goes to press him. He actually pushes it, and he holds onto it for too long, and he kind of stretches to kick it clear. Yeah. But I think he actually does something to it where Van Dijk pulls Gahey's arm.
Yeah, something happened there.
When he punches that clear, he lands on one leg, and kind of you can see him kind of feeling something. And then it was that clearance afterwards that completely did it. But look.
Like Robert says there, if Kelleher wasn't sick, he probably would have played. Are you saying he would have played from the start? There's not a chance. There's not a chance. Alisson comes back and plays against Wolves. Then he plays against Bologna. He's playing there on Saturday. That's it. But it's literally like he's out, he comes back. We've had him for a few games. He's out, he comes back, and now he's out again. And it's like, I know how good he is, Keith. He's fucking so good. But can we continue? Or do you think the manager or the staff will look and go, how can we get the rhythm in this team and we're constantly changing goalkeeper every 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying?
No, but like this is the second injury now this season, isn't it? Like, so he
missed 10 games last year as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's, as I said, I think he's the best keeper we've ever had. People would say Ray Clements. That goes by longevity. And, you know, I just think Allison, in this day and age, longevity sort of goes out the window and you take them for what they do. I think he's been a key cog in transforming us into being league champions. And
42 games he's missed.
Sort of stuff.
It's true.
42. You know, it's a lot of fucking games. We said it about Kanate going into the season about the number of games he misses and raising a question on whether you'd keep him. We've said it about Jota in the past. Would you sell him based on his injury record? I'm not saying sell Allison or you bomb him out. I'm just so glad that Queeveen Kelleher is such a good number 2 and is usually able to come in and hit the ground running, because if we had an Adrian, and look, Adrian had to come in at the start when we won the league and play 10 games or something, wasn't it, because of an injury to Allison? But we want to be competing for the big pots this year, and to do that with a keeper that gets injury prone keeper is.
I think we're blessed. I think we're blessed that we have Kelleher.
And you know what, Yaros as a third choice.
Yeah, I think we're blessed because I am like I'm fucking so upset that he's injured, but I'll go into the next game going, yeah, Kelleher's in goal, no big deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Midnight Toker says he should be doing some yoga with Mo. Ashley was in like an absolute light saying I will happily teach him for free. And to be fair, if you're starting up that class, I'll go as well. Just
yeah.
I'll just be on the sideline having a smoke going. Come on, Ali, keep it going there, kid. Yeah. You know what I mean? But,
Feel the burn.
David Campbell says Gav hates Allison. Disgraceful. With the googly eyes, stop trying to wind me up. Don't be annoying me. It's not that. It's just, you know, like we know Kanate's really fucking good. I think he's a good kind of comparison. We know he's really good, but when we watch him being wrapped in cotton wool, play one game a week, and then be missing, and then be back, and then be missing, and we had to have a discussion over him because the amount of games he was missing, because you couldn't get that solid partnership at centre half that he wanted. It was always kind of changing, and that affects you. Listen, even if you go back to the likes of Thiago, people said if you could get 25 games a season now with Thiago, would you fucking keep? And I go, yeah. Because I know I'm getting 25, but we weren't getting 25. But in a goalkeeper, you know what I mean? Like, it's the fact that they're always there. They're a fixture. Do you know what I mean? They're never going to target. Teams are never going to target your goalkeeper because he's not worth fucking targeting. No, I don't think they'll target Kelleher. But I'm just wondering, maybe I'm not calling for like sell him or nothing like that. But maybe the conversation's being had, Emmet, where people in the club are going, 40 fucking games. Second injury this season already. Or did he blame themselves a bit and go, do we rush him back? But I don't think clubs do that. I think clubs fucking.
But it's 42 games, isn't it? And he's with us 7. Is it 7 years? It'll be 7 years.
He signed in the summer of 2000.
Which is only 6 games a season. I think he only missed 1 in 22, 23. He missed 10 last year. Look, it's difficult with a goalkeeper because I know we're saying like, oh, we're not saying sell him or whatever, but like, what else do you do? Like we have an excellent backup.
Yeah.
This Marmar Yashvili, I can't even believe I got that. Is supposed to be extremely good as well.
That's the name. Drop it out during the week and I'll show you how.
We have Kelleher, so I think we're like what we have at the moment. There's nothing else we can really do. Like, do you know what I mean? We have an extremely good backup. We've bought another, what people say is an extremely good backup. So I think we kind of nearly have ourselves covered there. There's not really much else you can do. Like, do you know what I mean? We don't make him play League Cup games. Should he have come back from an injury and gone in and played 2 games or played 3 games in the space of a week? Maybe that's for the sports scientists to deal with. Could he have maybe put Kelleher in and given Allison the break, especially with the short turnaround from Wednesday to 12:30 on a Saturday?
Yeah, but the thing is,
we're speculating here. But I think there's not much else we can do in this situation. We've got an excellent backup. We've bought another backup. What would you suggest? So do we maybe he only plays 1 game a week, or
no? I don't go along with the whole too quick a turnaround or rushed back, because
after an injury,
I know, but they know these players within an inch of their lives, Emma. You know what I mean? They know every little fucking stat about their body 24 hours a day. Do you know what I mean? Like, they know everything about them and everything they do. Like, I brought my daughter to the stadium tour last Thursday, right, after the game, and we went into this room. It was it's like the players' canteen just off the tunnel, right? So the players all come in, they go in there, and they have their pre-match bits in there and stuff. And they were saying that they're not allowed to leave. They're not allowed to leave the stadium afterwards without going into that canteen. Now, if they don't want to eat out in there afterwards, because they've got home with their family, wives, kids, whatever, they're literally they tell the club, and the club have their meal for that evening. Yeah, their meal for when they go home, and they have a snack for that evening in a box ready for them. That's how fucking closely they watch them. It's not like, I won't have anything here, I'll grab some when I get home. No, this is what you have after the fucking game. Every single player is different. So they know them within an inch of their lives. What I'm saying is that as a team, as a manager, as a staff, they're looking and they're going, this fella is exceptional, but we have an issue here. And we have got an issue. What are we going to do about it? Like the Marmardashvili one then, because they've signed to him, that kind of blows that up as well. Like, are they looking at it? Are they looking at his injury record? Are they looking at his contract? Are they looking at, is it a good time to sell next summer, get really good money for him? And we've got ahead of the queue for Marmardashvili. I think it just stokes a fire, a little bit like the contract news tonight strokes another fire under the other tree. I'm just saying, we can't do any more than we're doing because I think our backup is excellent. Do you know what I'm saying? But it might come to the stage where if Allison comes back and gets another injury towards the end of the season, you're kind of going, fucking hell, like, you know what I mean? And I don't want to even consider Liverpool without Alisson in goal because that's how good he is. But you'd have to wonder, are they giving him every opportunity here, and he comes back and bang, he's gone again? And we've seen players that run around the fucking lot and their hamstrings killed them. Michael Owen, hamstrings fucking killed him. You know what I mean? Bad hamstring injury, done, forget it, never the same player. So all I'm saying is it's horrible that he's out. It looks like it's 6 to 8 weeks, but if you're telling me he's going to come back and he's going to be fine for the rest of the season, everyone's over the moon. But I'm just wondering now, you know, that signing, are they looking at something in the future because of more, not a contract situation, more of an injury thing? And it's happened twice now since they've signed that player. And that's where we are with it.
Well, it shows good foresight, doesn't it, that he went and got him, because I'd say there could be a scramble if he hadn't have got him. He would have been snapped up by someone else, and then you'd be sort of reacting. Do you know what I mean? We were proactive instead of reactive in this case, and I think that'll stand us in good stead whatever happens in the future.
What I think was telling was that it was Allison that was mentioned when people were talking about us signing him. It was like
Allison knew about it.
Yeah, and that it's for when Alisson is for when he's no longer at Liverpool and whatever. It wasn't like we're keeping an eye on this Georgian dude because Queeveen wants to head off and be a number one. It was all about Alisson. So he is basically and Alisson is quoted. Sorry for Kelleher in that way as well, as that this fella has seemingly jumped the queue. It was very, because like, do they see Yaros as being the number two to this Marmardashvili? Because I don't see Allison hanging around to be a number two.
No,
and if Keller is gone, do they need another goalkeeper now, or is Yaros going to be good enough to be the number two?
Yeah, it's a hard conversation to have, and I know people are going to fucking watch this and go, "What the fuck he's talking about?" But you know, he's injured again, and don't get me wrong, he's fucking brilliant. But no matter what players in this squad, if they're constantly injured, we have conversations about them. We've had it about Kanate. We have it about Curtis Jones. We've only spoken 20 minutes ago about Curtis Jones needing to stay fit in order to, you know, and Jota, the one thing we always say about Jota, brilliant fucking player, but can he stay fit? Do you know what I mean? And there's so many people out there that looked during the summer and went, if Jota doesn't stay fit this season, I think that'll be the end of him. So forget the player for a minute. Forget how good he is. Do you know what I mean? If you can't, and especially with a goalkeeper, if you have a goalkeeper that's missing 12 league games a season, he's missing a third of the season. That's huge. Do you know what I mean? That's what a season can turn on. Keith, TNT. Oh my God, this.
I missed this, so this is really fun.
Jesus Christ. So I don't watch any. You know this. I don't watch any pre or post match stuff. I just watch the game and fuck off, right? And I try to get it on a feed that's not TNT, but I ended up watching it on TNT on Saturday, and I just can't get over what they think they're watching. I'll tell you what really annoyed me. Liverpool are on top in this first half, right? They scored a goal. they have one or two kind of good opens. They have a really good chance with Jota, right? And you're kind of going, they scored a goal, possibly one more. There's, Trent has a really good shot that's pushed wide, and you're like, that's one you should expect Henderson to save, right? And I remember that words in me head, right? They go up the other end, and I think I'm nearly sure it's your man Sarr gets a shot in. Allison goes down and saves it, and then I think Nketiah tries to get to it, and I think Kanate kind of... It's right on half-time, right, when it happens. And the commentator's words are, for all the dominance here, they probably should be going in here level at half-time. And I went, hold on. Are you just counting Liverpool's goal, disregarding everything else that's been going on in the game, and just this shot at the end, because it was close to the end? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you turn around and went, we should really be going in here 3-1 to Liverpool, you kind of go, yeah, okay, right, maybe. But while this fella's making a save at one end where you expect him to save, Alisson's making one that you would expect him to save. But they should be going in at half time. Like, it's so fucking... The line between actual TV broadcasts, right, and people that watch matches that aren't in fucking TV and shout and fucking scream and do whatever the fuck they like, right? The line is so fucking blurred now, it's untrue. Like, these guys are paid thousands of fucking pounds a week to go in and assess games of football as former professionals. And I swear to God, it cannot be more scripted or a narrative set from minute one when this channel fucking turns on its broadcast. Keith, it's horrendous. Horrendous.
It's disgraceful. Darren Fletcher is at the scene of every crime on this one. You know your man Fletch. And he clearly doesn't like Liverpool. Based on my opinion is he doesn't like Liverpool. Sorry, maybe he does, and he's just trying to, be fair and critical to everyone. Me bollocks. Him and Jermaine Genius used to be the worst pairing. Gary Neville as well on Sky wasn't much better, but him and Genius were terrible. There was always a real bitterness in them, and now it's Lucy Ward is the girl and Fletcher. And they were willing talking about penalties that should have been given and, injustices and all this. And it was a fucking disgrace. They were going on like as if Yaros was some fella that we found off the street and had to give a game to. They were saying things like Liverpool fans won't know who this is and won't be familiar and might have to Google and all this sort of stuff.
He played in pre-season.
Yeah.
He appears in all the pre-season games.
Yeah, he played against United and all, didn't he? And he was playing excellent.
He comes on in all of them.
Good. Yeah, he was good. So, the thing is, Liverpool fans know who these players are. Do you know what I mean? They might be appealing to the lowest common denominators that don't. But Tommy C is saying there, Sky is worse with Neville, Carragher, Kane, Muppets. I agree that Sky are just as bad with Neville and Carragher.
I don't know if there's any worse than each other. I just think it's all horrendous.
It's all horrific, and it's all... I don't know what it is. There's no neutrality in commentary. And people will say, oh, you're paranoid. They don't hate Liverpool. Fletcher is there. Paul Giovanni saying it there. Fletcher's a Nottingham Forest fan. No wonder he hates us. There's a real fucking tone with him whenever he's commentating on Liverpool. And we could be playing any now. Now, maybe he's trying to drum that up because it's usually a 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. And we usually struggle with these. And they're trying to drum up this whole fucking narrative, that we'll struggle on these early kickoffs. But there's a tone with him. And he comes across that he doesn't like Liverpool. Gary Neville is embarrassing himself week in, week out with his predictions. I heard him saying that Liverpool will probably qualify for the Champions League again next season. This fella talks absolute scutter. But Jamie Carragher isn't much better. He's a terrible commentator as well. So I don't know what way the solution is. You want lads or ladies on there that will talk and just tell you what's happening and give an opinion, not based on preconceived ideas and not based on bias or not based on your feelings one way or the other. Just say what you see and give your opinions as well. But that TNT one, I just thought was a bleeding joke. And then their studio doesn't be much better, because you've Joe Cole and the likes.
Jesus Christ, and going walk around with a flat cap on him all day. Like
he's another bleeding dope as well. You know what I mean?
Fucking Lockhart.
I just think it's the TNT stuff is fucking deplorable, and I don't know. what other people think, outside of the Liverpool bubble. Are they seen as a contender to Sky
But
or whatever?
it's not a Liverpool.
Yeah.
But it's not a Liverpool centric team.
I know, but I just watch it as a Liverpool fan. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't like Joe Cole. Joe Cole doesn't like Liverpool either.
I was going to say I don't
Like
like Joe Cole, and Joe Cole, by the way, doesn't like me.
Yeah, well, that's probably right. But I just there's something about TNT that I just think is fucking lousy. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Klopp digging them out as well, and that pettiness. Then when Klopp is gone, there's just something about them. I just think they're a bleeding absolute amateur hour bunch. And like yourself, I tend to try and avoid the mainstream stuff and find something. I'd rather bleed.
Is it the lack of access TNT have or something? Like, like Sky have all these fucking games. I think TNT get one on a Saturday now, don't they? I think is that about fucking it to get. But it's like Ashley says they're meant to be horrific. It's meant to be the voice if it drives clicks. I disagree. They're not meant to be horrific. They're meant to be former footballers that have played the game, that can give you an insight into the game that you may not know about. And I would take that every day of the week. I don't pretend or profess to know fucking very, very much about football. I just watch it with my eyes and I give an opinion, right? But these guys are put in there and they're meant to be telling you like this, like, what a forward is doing, what a defender is doing, why is he doing it in midfield, what way is this former managers around going, listen, I think he's trying to do this, he's trying to do that, and that's what they're meant to be. It's not meant
about
to be,
Michael Owen,
but
talking about strikers, he's excellent.
Yeah, but it's not meant to be. But it's not meant to be divisive, right? What it's meant to be is it's meant to be informative, right? That's what they're there. They're informing you of an experienced professional opinion. Like, it'd be like going into the doctor and the doctor going, just laughing at you and going, well, I'm just trying to be divisive. Do you know what I mean? Well, no, I'm not here for you to be divisive. I want you to fucking tell me what's wrong with me. Do you know the sort of way? It doesn't make any sense. And it drives clicks. That I agree with, Ashley. That I agree with, because the world we live in now, it's not about opinion. It's not about insight, information, knowledge. It's all about what can I say that can get the best or the worst reaction.
Engagement.
And the only thing I'll hope for all these people is that they're saying it and they don't actually believe it. It's just their job. Yeah. My job is to go in there and cause ructions, right? And make myself look like a fucking idiot, but I'm being well paid for it. And you'd hope that that's what the case is. But I'm starting to worry that it's not. That this is actually their fucking opinion, because I genuinely think the knowledge and the way knowledge is put across in football is dwindling by the fucking day. It's dwindling by the day. You can literally count on one finger, never mind one hand, people that you'd sit and go, I'd listen to him talking about football. It's gone.
But if you look at the comments, like Dylan O'Rourke says it there, if you watch the NFL, they get ex-pros on, particularly quarterbacks, break down the play, as called, and when it is. These idiots are out watching replays over and over, repeating the same sentences. Jack Santini says there, the ex-cricket players are far more intelligent and interesting. And it's true. If you listen to ex-pros,
Joe Cole should be going on. Joe Cole should fuck off and be like, a co-host on the fucking repair shop on BBC. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah, he has that look, all right. He has that
that's
look.
What he should be doing.
But other sports
Can I just ask one thing about Sky?
Yeah.
Did Sky talk to Neville live in America today for that United game? A video just popped up on my phone just before coming up here, and it looked like I think he's in America working for NBC at the moment.
He was on the Liverpool.
But it looked like it didn't look like a Sky background on the video when they were talking to him. Right. So I'm just wondering, did anybody watch him? Was he beamed in from NBC?
I'm sure someone will answer that, but honestly, if Sky can't let a Manchester United game pass without finding where Gary Neville is on the planet and getting his opinion, like, that's where we are. Like, genuinely, that's where we are. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking madness. Anyway, I just thought we'd have a little word on that. I'm trying to remember if there's anything I needs to be
There you go. Jack Santini said they did, Emmet.
Yeah.
I knew it didn't look like a Sky set.
There you go. Dylan O'Rourke says, can we talk about the Simon Says World Championships?
Sounds like a Phil Casey special.
Only if Simon Says.
Did Simon say we could talk about it? I'm not too sure. If there's a Simon Says World Championships, come on, for fuck's sake, lads. Do you know what I mean?
I saw a clip of it the other day, and I mean, it's fast. It look. I don't know whether Dylan's
You've
trying to do
seen
the
a
same
clip
thing.
of Simon Says World Championships?
Yeah, I think a girl
TikTok,
won
was
it over the bloke. It looked like they were standing on a racetrack.
It was on
Could
TikTok,
be
wasn't
wrong.
it?
And your
I
man's
hope it was
going,
TikTok.
yeah, absolutely, it was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Gets me through some long nights.
Say
You
so,
wake up
yeah.
at 3 in the morning.
Too much information.
Easy
Earphones in.
there. Easy there.
Easy there, Tiger.
Family show.
But look, Liverpool have won. We're top of the league. Keeper's injured. That's worrying. But players will go away now. Hopefully they come back and they're all fit.
Yeah.
Hopefully the players that are playing every fucking week aren't playing 290 minutes. But I hope Darwin gets 290 minutes. I will say that much. We'll have to wait and see if anybody.
Darwin's banned.
He's allowed to play.
Banned.
Is
He's
he?
allowed to play with Uruguay, yeah.
Was his
Got
ban
5
lifted?
games.
Don't know. He's allowed to play in the next 2 games. He must have went on appeal. Waiting for
Must
the
be only
VP to
friendlies
bring the
then, eh?
file back.
Yeah.
What?
There must be only friendlies then.
Oh, fucking no, but he's not. He's playing. But look, we'll have to see. McAllister didn't feel right at the game, so will he go away? Allison doesn't look like he go away. I think I've read somewhere now that Arsenal are trying to keep a couple of players back. What's your man's name? The little weird looking fella.
They have a few weird.
The German fella. The little German weird
Havertz.
Havertz. Yeah, talk about him going back, and they were throwing out the word that Calafiori has a bit of an issue as well. But look, the ban was reduced, as Red Steve. They successfully appealed the ban. It wasn't actually him in the stand doing it.
What a lot of bollocks.
Yeah.
Could have done with a nice
It didn't
ban.
count because he was offside.
They just rang up and said, look, he was only messing. All right, come on, you can go back and play.
I just sent you a video there of this Simon Says thing.
Simon Says Spurs are shite, says Mad Jappa. Mad stuff. Mad scene. And honestly, when you're playing one midfielder, a winger, and a number 10 as your midfield three, you know, what do you want? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you want? But look, we're top of the league. As for us, international break, we'll bring you shows as much as we possibly can. Have to put our heads together now and find some stuff to talk about. Anything else before we go, Emma?
No, I'm good. I'm fucking dreading this. It's 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
20th, isn't it? The next game.
Yeah, shocking, isn't it?
2 weeks exactly.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Are you looking forward to the run of games when we get back though?
Yeah, I like the big games. I have to say, and like I said at the start, I think that the way Slot plays, I think it's probably more suited to playing against a team that's going to come out and have a little bit of a go at you. So,
yeah, let's see. Paul Giovanni says quiz ? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you have 100 questions about Liverpool in the Premier League era, please forward them on to Keith or Emma or anybody privately. They will tell me they have them. And I've told you what I want to do. I want to get your man from Limerick /Offaly / wherever he was from. Leeds.
Alan, his name wasn't
Alan,
it?
yeah. And I want me and Alan to take on those 100 questions. Until that happens, no. Because none of the lads will do a quiz. Either take part or fucking write one. So possibly not a quiz, but we'll see where we get on. Keith.
Dylan says he's sick of quizzes. Let's get random cooking show on the go. Speaking of which, I made a lovely cock of van today. What did you make?
Go on, tell us.
Lovely chicken toys on the bone,
Right.
bit of red wine, bit of veg, bit of bacon in there as well. Oh,
Air fryer?
fantastic. No, didn't use the air fryer. The air fryer wasn't needed today.
Right.
One pot into the oven, boom, get in there.
Not use a slow cooker. Did you use a slow cooker for the cock of van?
I don't have a slow cooker, no, so I sort of have one of them, you know, it's not a Dutch oven, but it's similar, you know, with the lid and all that. So it goes into my oven on a slow, low and slow, and meat falls off it. Wonderful.
Lovely. Lads, before you go, what was your favourite toys growing up, says John? Mine were Transformers, G.I. Joe, Mask, Star Wars, amongst others. What were your favourite toys?
All them plus He-Man.
My favourite toy, my favourite, most enjoyable one was there was a lad down the road from me had a 3-wheeler. Do you remember the 3-wheelers years ago? They were just all plastic. They were really fucking, but it was an Alf one. Do you remember Alf the program?
Alf.
Yeah.
Right?
Alien
It was a 3-wheeler.
Big wheel at the front.
There was like a big wheel at the front and two at the back, or maybe the other way around. Two big.
You still sell them.
right? But this thing was fucking deadly, and there was a hill in Air Estate that you just come careering down this thing on this 3-wheel out. No helmet, none of that bullshit that you have to do today.
Yeah.
And whenever I think of my childhood and having a great time, I always think of that. I always think of Alf and his 3-wheeler thing, whatever you call it. Tricycle, is it? It's not a tricycle because it's plastic, but it's
called a big
got
wheel.
3 wheels.
Yeah, so it's a tricycle of sorts. That's what I always remember. I wasn't big into toys.
Why no?
No, I was more into football. I wasn't mad into toys.
No, I like football as well, but
Passy, I want to know, do you actually mean a Netherlands oven rather than a Dutch
a
one?
Netherlands oven. Yeah.
I had an Evil Knievel yoke. Yeah. And you still see them. There's actually a TikTok account that has one of these.
Of course there is.
It just makes videos of it. And
How
it's
have
a
you
red
not got
yoke
us a
with
big deal
handle
with
and...
TikTok?
Huh?
How have you not got us a big deal with TikTok?
Give me control of your TikTok,
about it,
and I'll look after it.
Have we got TikTok?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I'll get a few. Right.
Give me the login details and we'll sort it. But it was an Evil Knievel thing, but it was a red plastic thing. You put the bike on it, and then you wind it up, and then you press a button, and he flies off. And you
bit like Hot Wheels nowadays. Bit like the Hot Wheels game.
Yeah. This yoke was unbelievable. Like this yoke was unbelievable. And then He-Man and wrestlers. I actually still have some of my wrestling figures.
Playing with the Mary away.
I have King Kong Bundy. Do you remember King Kong?
Yeah.
Jake the Snake, Randy Macho Man Savage, Bret the Hitman Hart. I've got Cringer, Battle Cat, all that kind of stuff. I still have them there in the box. I'll bring them on next week.
You keep a lot of shit, don't you? Like you keep toys and old jerseys and all.
I kept them for the young fella.
Everything gets.
I had Skeletor. Well, I tell you this. I had Skeletor. It was 30 odd years old. And we went down to the Ferry Carrick Hotel. I can't remember whether it was somebody's birthday or something. And I said, oh, look, this is my toy when I was young or whatever. Within a half an hour of getting there, the fucking head was off it. Thing lasted 30 years with me playing with it. Well, I wasn't playing with it every day for 30 years.
Robert Maguire reminds me of one. The wireless remote control car changed it all for me. I remember the fella up the top of the estate got it was a really fucking good, like, you know, the remote control Subaru Imprezas.
Yeah,
like it was fair fucking whack, and it was me mate's younger brother got it for his birthday, and going to buy one day and fucking deadly, yeah. And went into school the next day and said, Jay, your brother's fucking remote control looks the business. His car, and he goes, yeah, it did, yeah. Till he ran out in the middle of the road and a van ran over it about an hour after he got it. I always remembers there you go. Paul says, Gav, I'm looking back through some notes. I'm pretty sure I have 50 questions, but it's LFC, Champions League, Italian 90s World Cup. Happy to send it over this week. Just send it over to Emmet and let him look over them. And I won't get a look at them at all. I'll just
big stress on him. He has 15 LSL matches to watch this weekend.
I don't mind presenting it. I'll do the questions. The fucking answers better be right though.
Every time you message Emma and go, what's the start? I'm just out on my way to a match, lads. I'm at a match, lads. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, just looking around fucking football pitches all the time. Let me see.
The adult matches, just.
Oh no, they're adult matches. Yeah, just to let you know. No, the adult matches. Fuck's sake! It was like a couple of weeks ago. We said Keith was hanging around kids' matches looking for photos with the parents. But anyway, we've probably gone on too long.
Speaking of remote control cars, did you ever see the ones that were wired? So you have a wire and you have the run with the yoke. Like the most pointless show you ever.
You can only go about 3 feet away from it. You have to walk with it.
Yeah. Fucking unbelievable.
What a childhood.
Yeah. Fucking we had nothing when you can think of all the stuff they had now. Yeah. Kieran says, I bought an nephew a remote control John Deere tractor. Oh, nice. He bloody loved it. I'd say the kids love tractors. Boys love tractors. They fucking love them. But yeah, send the questions over. But if anyone wants to do 100 on the Liverpool in the Premier League, sure, send them over as well. And we'll do 2 of them over the next 2
Who
weeks.
said they had the 50 the questions?
Paul Giovanni.
And is he in either of the Telegram chats?
I'll
check. I'll send him an email on that if he wants to send them over to me, and I'll ask the questions if you want.
Yeah, we'll find a way anyway. Or if he wants to email if he wants to email us, we'll give him your email then, so he doesn't send the questions to me, because then I'll see them. But if anyone wants to sign up for Ashley's yoga classes with famous Liverpool players, Allison is the first guest next week. Just hit us up with an email, and we'll send you our details, and you can pay her over PayPal or whatever. But Ashley will be hosting the yoga with injured Liverpool players. That seems to be the latest thing. Right.
Hot yoga. Why is that? It's like in a sauna or something, is it?
What?
It's not in a sauna. I think just crank the heat.
Hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
Yeah, hot yoga is a thing. You sweat the bollocks out of yourself, like.
All right. No, I don't know.
Did you ever do yoga?
Do I look like the sort of cunt that does fucking yoga now?
Well, I never done yoga either. I done Pilates before, right?
Yeah.
Horrible. Absolute horrendous fucking carry on. I thought it'd be a piece of piss. You go down, you do a few stretches and all that.
My wife does yoga, but I always refer to it as, are you going down with dogging tonight? And she just go, oh, every week you say that to me. But I can see the little smile on her face, which thinks it's a funny comment, but she's pretending it's not.
No. Bikram yoga. Yeah, that's the hot one, is it? I don't know.
Wasn't there? There's a yoga on Netflix about some bloke that was mad into the yoga.
Careful.
He was, and it was nearly ended up being a bit like a cult or something like that. I can't remember what it's.
Was that a while ago?
He was doing things you shouldn't do. Let's say with the
With the
as you would.
Where did your hand shake like that when you were doing that?
I got nervous there.
That's a diddle, let's say.
Oh, we have to go, please. We have to go. It's getting ridiculous. This is like, I forget all the football we've spoken about now. I can see the giddy fucking head in the two as well.
This is where it comes to life. This is it.
Well, this is what's going to happen now with 2 weeks of the transfer window. We'll just come on and have a big random chat about shit if we want, because we can do whatever we like any week, but especially when the international break is on. Anyway, thanks to Keith, thanks to Emma, thanks to everyone in the chat. Hit like, subscribe, comment, become a member if you like. There'll be loads of member shows throughout the 2 weeks of the international break. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Over and out.